Welcome back to Miles Morales right here at Comicstorian. This is the channel where we take your favorite comic books, video games, and movies and break down the storylines into digestible bites. We then read them dramatically back to you, giving you the synopsis of what happens so that you know what is going on in the world of comics. The storyline within Miles Morales Spider-Man is the Ultimatum Saga, and it's been going on since the first issue of this entire run. We are now going to be concluding all the way up to issue 21, where the Ultimatum Saga comes to its current ending. This villain is finally getting his just desserts, or is he? If you want to know this full saga, click the link down below to go check out our Miles Morales playlist long before we make our full story of the Miles Morales Ultimate Universe Saga. Within seconds, the two jump headfirst into the fight, punching and kicking away the Goblin's minions. But as Miles and Uncle Aaron struggle to maintain the offensive, the Goblin laughs, asking, "Oh, is this too much for you? This is just the first wave of Goblinoids. Once we sent out the signal, it'll activate all the people who took our drug. We'll have 10 times this number as everyone transforms into my minions." Aaron gets more aggressive with his swings, and Miles tells him to remember, all of these Goblinoids are regular Brooklyn folks. They just gotta be careful not to hurt anyone. As the Goblinoids grab a hold of Aaron, he tells him that he's right. They can put "didn't hurt any Goblin innocents" on his tombstone. But he's got an idea. Cover your ears in 3, 2, 1. Just then, Aaron throws out a sonic grenade, blowing up a path for them to escape, and Goblin asks, "Oh, we're playing chase now? This should be fun." While a horde of Goblinoids follow, Aaron asks what is the plan, and Miles says that they gotta find his folks and stop Ultimatum from turning more people, and they gotta smash whatever that machine was before they all get sent to that other reality. Aaron hops over a fence, stating, "Those are goals, not plans." Once the two of them stop to catch their breath, Miles thinks for a moment and tells them, "Okay, Ultimatum said that he's going to use a light wave to activate the Goblin drug and raise his little army, right? So what we need to do is find out how he's generating that wave before..." Just then a blinding green light explodes in the middle of the city as Ultimatum begins the process. The two of them begin to fight their way towards the source of the light, but after encountering the third pack, the heroes begin to lose a bit of their steam. Aaron calls out to escape while he holds back the Goblinoids, but Miles tells them that if they're going down, we're going down together. Just then, an explosion goes off and several of the Goblinoids are riddled with darts. Bombshell jumps up onto one of the Goblinoids asking, "What are these things? They're starting to pop up all over Brooklyn." Starling swoops in, stating that she always seems to be saving his butt. But before the three of them can have their reunion, Starling flies into another set of baddies, stating that they are ugly. Miles takes down another group, yelling, "It's great to see you, but be careful. These things are normal people that have turned into monsters. Try not to hurt them." Bombshell begins setting off small explosives, telling him, "Don't worry. Starling's using tranq darts, and my itty-bitty explosions should only be enough to knock these guys out with minimal injury, Spider-Man." But as the last one falls, Goblin stomps down. "Well, that was clever. But now it's my turn. I am the Green Goblin." Without a second thought, Miles slingshots himself feet first into the Goblin, while everyone handles the new additions. Goblin grabs a hold of Miles and slams him into the ground, asking, "How does it feel to know all of your little friends are about to be slaughtered?" And at that moment, a ringing sound can be heard as a shield whizzes through the air, knocking Goblin right in the head. Cap stands there, triumphantly catching his shield. "Not today, gruesome." And he charges in. But when Miles sees who's behind him, he asks, Mr. Davis?" Jeffrey says that he's happy to see him too Spider-Man. "Don't worry why I'm here. Focus on the fight." Once everyone has their footing, Cap asks, "What's the call here, Spider-Man?" And Miles tells him that he should know. "We kick butt!" As Miles throws himself back into the fight, Cap throws his shield, telling him, "Not a very precise strategy, but it works." With everything else covered, Miles focuses all of his hits on the Goblin, punching him over and over again. But soon the hits become angrier, they become more vicious, and Miles yells that this time he will beat him so hard that he will never get back up again. Jeffrey runs over, grabbing a hold of Miles before he can swing again, telling him, "That's enough, Goblin is done." And a voice tells him, "So are you." A giant red boot stomps onto the ground, blowing everyone away, and Miles looks up, simply surprised, stating, "No." And that's when Ultimatum looks down as he towers over them. "Yes, say goodbye, Spider-Man. It's your last night on this Earth." Miles jumps to his feet, telling everyone to get back up. "We can do this!" and Cap echoes him, shouting, "You heard the young man. Everyone get up and get into a defensive formation. I'll take point." Ultimatum asks, "You've still got some fight left in you? Good. Take him down, goblinoids." As Ultimatum's forces all rally together, Miles swings towards Ultimatum's head, telling him, "You turned all these people into monsters. You killed God knows how many. You won't get away with this." Ultimatum swings at him, telling him, "Look around. The Kingpin was elected mayor of New York City. You think people care about Brooklyn? I'm going to beat you to a pulp." Miles turns invisible, landing on Ultimatum's glove, telling him, "Nah." And as Ultimatum laughs, he activates his Stark Nanite Particle Blaster, forcing Miles to the ground. Ultimatum trains his arm back on Miles, telling him, "That was harmless, but I can't say the same about these repulsors." As Ultimatum begins to shoot into the ground, Cap runs in to cover Miles, asking, "You see how Ultimatum's a little unsure on his right foot? That ain't no Hank Pym. Ultimatum isn't used to fighting at that size." Miles asks, "Right foot, huh? Ultimatum, you're nothing but a knockoff Miles Morales with a knockoff Iron Man glove and a knockoff Captain America shield." He releases a full Venom blast into Ultimatum's foot, throwing him off balance, sending him crashing into the ground. He then pats himself on the back. "That's what I'm talking about." And just then, Ultimatum begins to shrink out of sight. Meanwhile, with the others, more and more of the goblinoids begin to rush in, and Bombshell yells that this is getting real bad. There's too many. Starling flies in, picking Bombshell up out of the group that is surrounding them. But before she can get far, a stray blast hits her wing and the two go falling right back into the middle of things. Moments later, Ultimatum reappears as he grows in size, grabbing Captain America and throwing him across the park. Miles quickly runs in after Ultimatum, and as he shrinks again, Miles asks, "Where are you going? Why not stay one size so—" But that's when a loud wham can be heard, as Ultimatum's shield slams into the back of Miles' head, and Ultimatum asks, "Does it hurt? Don't worry, it won't for long, because you're about to go back to where you came from." As Ultimatum pulls out a pocket-sized version of his machine, he expands it and starts the process of teleporting Miles and Aaron away. Aaron runs towards Miles, telling him that they need to take out the machine when he was captured. He overheard them talking about it. They should be able to send these fools back if they blow that thing up while they're next to it. Maybe even turn these other folks back to normal, since their condition is linked to the goblin's presence. Miles says that they're going to need a reverse ionic pulse explosion. How? And Aaron takes off his mask, telling him, "I can do it, by overloading the Prowler suit." Miles tells him no, but Aaron goes on, telling him that when Billy's older, remind that incredible little sister of yours that she once met her Uncle Aaron. "You hear me? Now get back!" Aaron turns away and begins to program his suit, and Miles yells for him not to do it. Ultimatum asks, "You done yapping? Ready to get beat down again? Wait, no!" Miles calls out to Aaron one last time, and then there's a massive explosion of electricity and light. And as the smoke clears, Miles looks around, shouting for Aaron, as his dad joins him, and Miles says that Aaron's gone. Across the way, the goblinoids all slowly revert back to their human selves, and Cap says that everyone is becoming normal again. Everything's going back to normal. Miles turns to him. "Normal?" And Cap says, "You all clearly knew the new Prowler." And Jeffrey tells him that Prowler was his brother. Cap places his hand on Jeffrey's shoulder, telling him that he's sorry. Whatever other choices Prowler made, this was a noble thing he did. A heroic ending. Miles yells, "That's easy for you to say! We're still here!" And Cap tells him, "It is easy to say. And you?" But Miles stops him, shouting, "No! No more words! No more speeches!" Miles webs off, and Jeffrey tells Cap that he didn't mean, but Cap stops him. "Yes, he did. Then he's not wrong. We saved some lives, but there are no winners on a night like this." A week later, still feeling the effects of Aaron's sacrifice, Miles sits at the dining room table, and Jeffrey tells him that it's okay to let it out. He knows that it hurt. Aaron was an uncle and a brother. Miles tells him that he's fine, but Rio says that he's not fine. Who does he think he's talking to? Take your sister, please. As he looks down at his little sister, he begins to cry, and his parents, they try to comfort him. Later that night, Miles sneaks back into the park to look through the rubble, and he stares at the broken machine as he says, "Hey, Uncle Aaron, I don't know why I came here to talk to you. I don't know whether you're dead or in another dimension. I just know that I miss you, that it's my fault you're gone, and I don't know if I can keep doing this without you." And as the rain begins to pour down, Miles falls to his knees in tears. And that concludes the Ultimatum Saga right here at the Miles Morales series that was going on for quite a while now. Honestly, I love this little, I don't know if you want to call it an arc, a story. It was weird. It's like 21 issues. It was just a never-ending story of like a different take on Miles Morales. It fixed his Ultimate Universe history. It fixed a lot of things going on with his family and him being in the 616. And it just kind of gave Miles more purpose. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want more videos like this where we give you recaps, your favorite comic books, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Give it about a month or two. We'll be coming out with the Miles Morales Spider-Man Ultimatum Saga full story. I'm excited to get to work on that one for you guys. We'll probably try to work in some of the additional storylines that tie into this. There's like a little couple spin-off tie-in things, nothing major, nothing that overall affected the overall plot. But hey, it's there. You might want to know what's going on. Don't forget, you can find us over at Patreon, patreon.com/Comicstorian, where we like to give you early access to videos that get done early enough. We give you early access to our podcast, to our D&D games, and all that kinds of stuff. I appreciate all you guys who watch these videos, and a special thank you to our Patreons and YouTube membership members who kind of go that extra mile and really help support us through everything that's going on. And I hope you guys are all doing well in the pandemic right now. I guess that's that. I'll see you at the next video right here at Comicstorian.